All right, good morning. It is Saturday, I think January 30th, 31st. It's 11 degrees out, feels like negative 10. So, again, heading to the spa this morning. First, I got to make a stop. I got to go to the Tesla supercharger because we're out and about this week over at Indy, so to put some more charge on the car. I don't have a fast charger in the house yet, so that is a project that I need to get done soon. So make sure everybody's coming. So yeah, let's do a quick recap. Obviously we've got like 10 inches of snow Sunday, so I had to reschedule all my appointments at my wealth management office on Monday, moved them into Tuesday, Wednesday, so it just made Tuesday, Wednesday really, really busy. Same thing with the spa. The spa was closed actually on Monday, so moved around appointments that day too. But I think, I kind of stepped away from the spa a little bit because I do have a manager there, so I'm just kind of giving them some free reign, kind of do things. But our numbers are not progressing. We had a really, really good Black Friday, really, really good holiday season as far as gift cards. We've only been open about be 3 years in March, so we don't have a lot of history, but it was really, really good. And so basically what that is, when you sell certificates, that brings new people into the spa. And then basically what we're trying to do is convert those new individuals into paying ongoing members. One thing I noticed about the first video is I said a lot, so I'm going to try to not say as much. So we'll see how that goes. So I think I'm going to step back in and do more, kind of step back in and do more just kind of mentoring, not real management. I'm not going to step on the toes of the manager, but I do want to maybe set more expectations or set expectations. And we've got a couple of new girls at the front desk, and so we need to make sure that they are being trained and they have the proper training and they feel confident. And so it may be that we have to take some time here in the next few weeks to do some training just as a team, just to go back over things, and so I can set what I'm looking for, set the standard as far as the spa has to look immaculate almost the whole time it's open. The whole time we have clients in, it just needs to look like a spa, like a higher end spa. So that's one of the things that I notice, that when the bathrooms, they're not terrible, but they're just not up to stuff. It looks like they're not being attended to. The front area where you check in, it is winter, so basically people are tracking in, whatever, salt, snow, and so I would think that every hour on the hour, once you check people in and check people out, you clean the floors. I think there's nothing, because most of the time you're sitting. Once you check people in, check people out, basically you're doing laundry and you're answering, the phones are ringing and setting appointments and rearranging appointments and doing all that. But the reality of it is there's probably 45 minutes of the hour that not a lot is going on. So to pick up, I've got a little steamer that can be brought out real quick and just run over that. And I know what I'm going to hear is like, yeah, but it's just going to get messy again next hour when people come in. Well, I don't care. What else are you doing? So that's a couple things I want to work on today. Obviously, we're in the, as I mentioned last time, we're in the throes of tax season, so haven't had a chance to jump into all the expenses of both the spa and my wealth management company to go line item by line item to make sure everything, one, is in the right category as far as expense, but also if there's anything in there that is a personal expense, it needs to be kind of put on as income or something that the CPA will do when she's going through all my stuff. So workouts this week, I picked up my running. I've got a half marathon coming up at the end of April. So obviously when it's 0 degrees out, I'm not running outside, so I'm doing a lot of work on the treadmill. I have a great treadmill, so no complaints there. This morning I did 6.5 miles, so at a really good pace for me. If you're here to this channel waiting for me to give you, marathon or ultra training advice, you're not going to get that. I'm not doing any of that. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to train for that. That's not true. I don't want to take the time to train that much to do those things. I feel as if I run 3 to 4 times a week, at least a 5K plus, and do my rowing, do my bike. I think a half marathon that's well within my reach. So, and I've run it before, so no big deal on that. That's it. So a couple other things. We're trying to set the guidelines of the new business as far as the software that I'm developing. There's been a couple of different iterations of it. I don't only want to do this once. I want to make sure that obviously we're providing true value to the offices that we sell the software to. And I've been kind of, hesitant. I don't want to say hesitant. I'm just like, is this really of value? And would someone want to pay $300 to $500 a month to have this software? And the new name of the company is Revenue Compass AI. So we're getting that all set up. And so I'm working with the team in the Philippines, doing the patent stuff, but I've also kind of pulled back from that. I've got a couple of conflicting, a little bit of feedback on that. Is it even patentable? And why do I want to spend all that money to do that if I just kind of, in secret, the kind of the code that we're using to generate a certain number, that's part of the software that I think is unique. So I'm just kind of treading water right now with that, and just really want to evaluate everything, because there has to be a certain amount of opportunity down the road for the particular business for me to want to justify spending the time, the money to developing it, because it does take a lot of my off time. I mean, my wealth management company, I get to work, I live and work in 2 different time zones, so I leave the house around 7 a.m., so I'm at my desk by 8:30 a.m. at the office, and I'm there till 5:36, and I try to break at lunch to go to the spa and check up if there's anything that needs to be done or anything that I need to take care of, which there's been, which there's not. I mean, we're almost 3 years in, so we don't know how to run a spa right now. Might as well close the doors. Listen, I've got a large practice. I've got a very, very large practice, almost 3,000 households. I won't say the assets under management, but it's a large number, a very large number. And it grows, we grow with new money coming in. I mean, the goal is to grow by every quarter 25 million. Last year we easily did 20 million. So we've upped that goal. I've set some monetary goals for my staff to hit those numbers, and I've really put them out there in ways so we can really reach it. I do have some staffing issues at the wealth management. I've got a long-time employee who only wants to work 3 days a week. We need her there 4 days a week. I've got 5 days a week, and I've got another girl who's really, really good. She's there 5 days a week. I need at least 2 assistants 5 days a week. We're just that busy with phone calls, walk-ins, appointments, and growth. We're trying to be proactive in reaching out to new prospects, reaching, referrals. We get referrals all the time. We need to nurture those. So just a lot of things. And we just have just an organic amount of prospects that just come in almost on a daily basis that need to be contacted, need to be kind of put into our system as what they're looking for, and so that's working. So I just need to add to that, add those next 2 days to make sure that's taken care of, and that is work in progress. So it's hard to take somebody who wants to work 3 days a week and push them to come in 5, because it's more of a lifestyle to them at this point. I mean, I'd love to be able to work 3 days a week. I don't know what I would do with the other days of the week, because I love working, but that just doesn't fit the office and what we're trying to build. So I'm working on that. Working on fitness. I just received, and I may take a video of it, but I just received my new custom tailor-made irons. So I had a custom fitting a couple weeks ago. I should have videotaped it. I didn't. This is all new to me, this videotaping. But just received those, so I'm super stoked about that. I got a golf trip coming up here in a couple weeks to the Gulf Coast. My first guys trip, all golf trip, so pretty stoked. Got a trip to Mexico coming up in May. Gonna do Chicago a couple times coming up. Got the half marathon in April. Going to Austin in July. Hopefully we're trying to plan a trip to Punta Cana in September. And then I have another trip to Chicago for a conference, and I think late September, early October. So pretty busy year, and I plan to take you guys with me. So all 5 of my viewers that I had on my last video. So hopefully maybe we get 6 viewers this week. Who knows? Maybe not. But yeah, so that's it. So I'm heading to the supercharger. Should be there in 12 minutes.